This is the third day of your workshop series on the introduction to your 3D printing. Okay. So in your third module, what I have planned, I will give you just an overview of all the tools present in the interface of your Tinkercad. And then we will try to do some simple designs. Okay. We'll try to make a nut and bolt and we will make a chess pawn. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. All of you, please just open your software. Okay. We will look just those who didn't log in it, just go to your Tinkercad and don't click on join now. Just click on sign in option. Over there, just enter your email ID and password and you will be taken to your dashboard over here. Okay. Someone is asking code to join Tinkercad. There is no code to join Tinkercad. You just need to sign it up. Yesterday I told you, if there are some problem in joining, you should just, okay. Should I tell you once again how to do that? So just a minute, I'll show you in front. Just let me log out my Tinkercad in front of you and just, okay. So when you will open this tinkercad.com, okay, you have to click on sign in those who already joined it. Okay, before joining, you can't sign it. Okay, so first, if you have not joined in, click on join in option. Over there, you have to enter, you have to sign in either of your email ID, which is apart from your Gmail, Google, okay, Gmail. If you have a Gmail account, you can sign it using that also. You need to have a Gmail account and a password or any of the email ID and a password. Okay. When you enter it, you will be taken to a screen. They will ask you to accept some terms and condition. Okay. And then finally, you can enter into the Tinkercad. Okay. I will sign it with my Google account. Okay. So, yeah. So here I've clicked it. It is already signed in. Gmail is already signed in. So I will be automatically be taken to my Tinkercad dashboard. Okay. Fine. After this, what you have to do, all of you, please click on this create new design. Okay, just follow with me. If you want that I should repeat any of the process again, just go to your chat box and write over there, repeat. Okay, that's it. So go to your dashboard and click on create new design. Okay, video lectures for the previous classes will be available on YouTube. You will be informed about that. It's still not there. Okay. Okay. So once you click it, you will enter into the interface of this Tinkercad. Right? Okay. Now starting from the top, you will first see this Tinkercad written. Okay. Now when you click on this Tinkercad, you will be again taken back to your dashboard from where you have came. Okay. It's not coming. Okay. Can you please repeat it once more time? Okay. I'm going again back to my dashboard. Just a minute. This is my dashboard and click on create new design. Just click it. It will automatically take you to the interface of the Tinkercad. Okay. Right. So from here, the first thing you have learned, when you click on this Tinkercad option, you will be taken back again to your dashboard. Okay. Now next to this Tinkercad, okay, if it's showing connection not secure, just accept it. It's secure enough. You can proceed. Okay. Just next to this Tinkercad, you will see a panel over here. You will see an indication of recent designs. Suppose you have saved a lot of designs in your Tinkercad, you have worked a lot. So if you want to refer those designs, you can just go and click over here and all of your designs will come in front of you. Okay, fine, you can close it. Okay, now you see a name written just right to this recent designs option. Now you can change this name according to your wish. Okay, whatever name, suppose I want to name it as summer school, I will just write it over here. Otherwise, what Tinkercad does, by default, it takes some name and save it. Okay. So if you wish to save a certain file by a certain name, you can just go over here and write the name of that particular file. Okay. Okay. Now, one by one, we will look at the options available over here. Okay. The first and the most important thing you see in the Tinkercad is the workplane. Okay. In simple words, if I say it is the canvas. The canvas, you do some 2D drawing, you do some painting, you have a canvas. Over here for 3D drawing, this is your canvas. Everything you are going to draw, it will be on this workplane. If it is not opening, I think you should check your internet connection. I think it only depends on the internet connection, nothing else. No any extra requirement with your laptops. Okay, it is a simple software. Okay, so please check your network connection if you are not able to open. Fine. So this is your work plane. Now you can change the perspective of this work plane. How? See, if you are using your keypad, you can click right, and by clicking right only, you can easily rotate your work plane in any direction you want. Okay, any direction you want, you can rotate it. Better to use laptops instead of phones. Okay, you can do it definitely, but some things you can't do it. Some precise dimension, maybe you will face some difficulty. Okay, so just right click and you can rotate back of the work plane, front of the work plane, anything, right? Okay. Now, if you want to zoom in and zoom out, there are two options. First, on the left hand side of the panel, you see this plus and minus sign. So you can use it for zooming in and out. Okay, zoom in, zoom out. These are some basic things you should need before you start, right? Now, above this plus sign, you see the fit all option. Okay, now what does the fit all option do? I'll tell you. For example, I've taken this object over here. Okay, and when I click on this fit all, I will be able to see this object in an enlarged view, particularly this object. Okay, suppose there are 3 objects in front of me. Okay, and I wish to see it only. So I can just click and fit all. Fit all is the second option you see from the left hand side of this vertical panel. Okay. Now to return from fit all, you will click on this home button, home view button. Rotation, okay, once again, I will repeat the rotation. Home view. Okay, fit all, I will be focused on this object. When I click on this home view, I am back to my initial view. Once again, for rotation, just click right button, hold it on, okay, and move. Move your fingers on your keypad and you will easily see how it is rotated. Okay. Okay, I hope till now everything is going fine with all of you. Anyone, any problem, just type it in your chat box. Okay, so this is the home view. This is the fit all option, how to zoom in, how to zoom out. Okay, so these four options I have told you. I will come to this option later on when we will do some type of drawing, not able to rotate. Okay. See, you have to press the right key of, if you're using the mouse, it is more easy to rotate it. Okay, if you're, even if you are not using it, just right click button of your keypad and take your different finger and just move your finger on this keypad. You can easily rotate it. Okay, I think all of you can rotate it. There is one student who is saying he images not removed. Images not removed. Oh, if you want to, okay, I'll come to that. How to delete everything, I'll come to that. Okay, so just above these four options, you see a cube over here written top, front, different options are written. Okay, so we call this cube as view cube. Okay, so what does a view cube do? It access your required view. See, suppose I want to see the top view of these objects. So I'll just click on top and this is my top view. Okay. Now, if I want to go with some different view, I'll click the arrow down. I'll come to this front view, right? Similarly, right, left. Okay. So change it in different view. I can use this option, right? Okay. Suppose I want to return to my previous view. I can click on the intersection sides also. Okay. You have an option in Tinkercad to click on the intersection plane also. So top right, top back, top left, and top front. Okay. Fine. So these are the options when it comes to the rotation of the work plane, how to zoom in, zoom out, focus on a particular object, how to see a particular object in different ways. Okay. So these options I have covered. Coming to the right hand side. Okay, right hand side, you will see three options over here for the work plane, the ruler. Ruler, what it does, it will, when you click on the ruler, you will get an option to place your ruler on the work plane if you want, but it's not required, I think. You can even work without ruler also, right? If you want to place it, it's fine. If you don't, it's fine. So to add ruler and to remove ruler, you have to click once more over there and it will be removed. See, I've attached the scale over here and I want to remove it, I can click back again. Okay. Now to, if by default, if I by mistake, if I've selected anything by mistake, I will just press my escape key of my keyboard. Just click by mistake if I've selected the ruler. I don't want to put this ruler on my work plane. I will just press escape key. Okay. Fine. The work plane, what it does, when I will demonstrate few examples in front of you, you will actually come to know how this work plane works, right? Suppose I have to place an object over another object, I will use this work plane option. Okay. When I click on this work plane option, what it does, it will show, I'll zoom it a little bit so that it is easier for you to observe. You will see this white triangle at the top. Okay. What it does, it offers you to apply this work plane in different dimensions, different sides. Okay. This side, that side, anything. Okay. Suppose I want to put an object on this top. Okay. So my new work plane will become this. So currently I am working with two work planes and the above one is highlighted for me. Okay, then easily I can select any object and I can place over this. Fine. Repeat once again. Okay, I will repeat it once again. I'll undo all my options. See, one thing more, since we are over here, so just look for this undo and redo option. You have two arrows over here, right? Suppose I want to remove this, I want to go back to my previous steps, I will just click on this undo option. The first arrow option is the undo option. So undo, undo. Okay, I'll repeat again. Suppose I want to place an object over this this rectangular block. Okay, so I'm telling you just one case where you can use this work plane option. Okay, so I want that this should be my new work plane, and over this I will be putting my another object. So I will click on this work plane. I'll take to my object where I want the other objects to be placed. I will click on this. Okay, and whatever object I need to put on it, I will take that object, and with reference to this workplace, the object will be placed over it. Okay. So this, to change the work plane, we use this option. Fine. Okay. Okay. Now let's get back. Fine. Now, just down to this, you see Tinkercad basic shapes. Now, in basic shapes, number of options are available to you. You can create a box, cylinder, sphere, scribble, roof, cone. There are n number of shapes over. Okay. Not only these, you have an option of text over here. Not only these, if you click on this drop menu, how to remove an object. Okay, I'll come to that. Just listen to me. Just listen to me first, and then I will come to those deletion and changing the shape and size of the object. Okay, so these are the basic shapes which you see on your home screen. Okay, we have other options too. When you click on this black inverted triangle, you see over here, extreme right side of this basic shape, when you click work plane briefly. Okay, I'll come to, okay, work plane, don't worry. I will just demonstrate to you the work plane with an example. Okay, don't just wait. Okay, just wait for that. Don't get panic with the work plane thing. Okay, when you click on this inverted triangle, you will get the different options. Okay, text, numbers, characters, connectors. Okay, so when you click on text and numbers, you have a series of options for the text and numbers. Characters, you have again different characters and different options, different designs available over here, right? So these are all the shapes available to you. Featured, there are some shapes that are created by the user of the Tinkercad and they have saved it. Okay, so you can use these shapes also. Okay, just come back to your basics. Okay, fine. Now, one by one, we will see how to change the dimensions of the object. And also I will just tell you about these two panels. I think only these two panels are left for you to know how to use it. First, let's talk about object. So what all of you do, just first I'll come to my blank workspace. Okay, click on the box. Okay, click on the box and just place it on the workplane. Just place it. Don't click anywhere else. Just pick the box and place it on your workplane. No search box. No, see, since it is a very simple software, there will be some limitation. So there is no search box for that. However, you have to look it into the library one by one. Okay. I will tell you how to draw the polygon option. You can draw any polygon. Okay, you can change any number of to any number of side. I will come to that. Okay, now when you click on a particular object, you see lot of points being highlighted. Okay, now if I have to change the length, width, of height of this rectangular block, right? What I will do, you see this white dot options, right? When you take your cursor to these white dot options, you will see some kind of digits appearing over here, right? That means the size of these objects, when you click on that white dot, you will see that 20 mm, 20 mm written over here. Okay, 20 and 20 written over. So you can just and go to this 20, click over there, and you can type the dimension which you required. Okay, if I need the length of this rectangle, this block box to be 30, I can just change it to 30. I want that this should be 15, I can reduce this side to be 15. So I can change the length width accordingly. Okay. Now coming to the height option, just below this black, you see this black triangle, you will see this white dot. When you take your cursor over there, you will see the vertical height, right? So just take your cursor, click over there and write the required height. Suppose I need 15, so I'll just write 15 and I have made this shape according to my requirement. Suppose you have clicked anywhere else. So again, you can click on the object and these dimensions will appear in front of you. You can create your own shape. Okay. How to delete and undo. Now coming to how to delete and undo, just click on the object. Okay. And use this delete option. This bin you see over here at the top, right? You just delete and your object has gone. Okay. Just click on the particular object and use this delete option. Another way is to use the delete option present in your keyboard. Yes, work plane is definitely necessary. Why? Because if you don't take some reference plane, right? Take it as the printer bed, okay? The bed of the printer, right? Now, you can also, there is an option for selecting particular type of printer bed. I will come to that, okay? Don't worry, we have many things to explore in this, right? Switch between multiple planes. Yes, definitely I will come. Just have patience, right? Just let me focus on first telling you the initial editings, right? Okay. So size changing, I told you by clicking on this white dots, you can change the size. Okay. What happens when you click on this black dots, right? This also shows you the option, but what it does, you can expand or reduce keeping one side constant, right? You can, suppose this was my object, I'll click on this black dot and I can expand it by keeping the other side as constant. Similarly, this, okay? We can change the size of work. Yes, we can change the size of the work. We have an option, okay? Just let me finish with the sizing of this object and then I come to that, okay? So length, width, height can be edited. Now, if I want to place my object at some distance above the work plane, what I will do? I will click on this triangle. This black triangle helps me click and drag it up. Okay. Now, what distance you are dragging it up? You will see over here. When you click on this, you will see 8. You can see this 8 digits. I was unable to select delete option. Okay. I'll come to that. So when you drag this up, you will see 8 written over it. That means this block is 8 mm above the work plane. Okay. Now suppose if I want to keep my block again back to my work plane, what I will do? I will type just D on my keyboard and it's automatically go back to my work plane. Okay. This much is, I hope this much, the changing option, the changing of the height, changing of length, width, and this raising of the object above the, or you can go with below also. Okay, any option you can go with this triangle. Okay, now deletion, I tell you once again, you select this object and you see over here on this panel just before the stinker written, you see this panel and you have this delete option. The fourth option from left hand side is the delete. Use this delete, click on this and your object is gone. Yeah, now one thing more, coming to the measurements. Okay, just first let's see the work. Yes, one question came regarding the size of the workspace. Now on this screen at lower side, you will see this edit grid option. Just click on that. When you click on this edit option, right, you will see the units option in millimeters. Okay, there are also other options for inches, but we set in millimeters. Okay, default is set, default width and length is given as 200 and 200. If you want to change, you can change. There is also option of different printer beds. I told you can change the work plane according to the printers you have. So these are some type of printer beds available that Tinkercad is compatible. So it has option to select that particular. Okay, you can change and see how it works. Okay, so right now for me it's default. Okay, again I'll show you that option, edit grid. You have to go to the edit grid. At lower side you will see this edit grid option. Click on that, you will get the units option and default size of the work plane. Okay, when you change it, you have to update your grid. How to see the grid option? Okay, I'm coming to Snapgrid. Please wait. Grid pro. Okay, just wait. Just wait. I think grid properties, only edit grid is the option to see it. I hope all of you can see this edit grid option down. You have to go a little bit down. You see the snap grid, just snap above snap grid. It is written in very light, edit grid. Okay. Now snap grid. Snap grid, what it does, when you drag your object on this work plane, okay. Now in each, when you drag it, it is moved by certain distance. Snap grid offers you the option to move object by particular distance. Right now, if you see, but my object is moving by 1 mm. Why? Because my snap grid is set to 1 mm. Okay. Now I click on this snap grid, I'll get a multiple option. I can move it by 2 mm, I can move it by 5 mm, and multiple options are. Okay, so for by default it is set to 1. Okay, suppose I want to, okay, changing color and shape, coming to that, don't worry. This, someone has asked how to lift the object. So click on this triangle. Once again, I repeat, this black triangle at the top of the object helps to raise the any object. And this is applicable for all the shapes you see. Okay, if I select a polygon and I place it, again, I can see these white and black dots in front of me. Okay, and I can change its shape. Okay, now someone was asking how to change the sides of this polygon, right? When you click on this polygon, you get an option of shape over here, right? Click on this inverted black triangle, drop down menu, right? And you get an option of sides. Suppose I want to make 8 sides polygon. So I will just change my option to 8. And now you see this polygon, if you rotate your work plane, right? The polygon has changed its sides to 8. I want to make 3 sides, it will become a triangle for me. Okay. Again, I will repeat. Okay. Snap grading, from snap grading, again, I will repeat it. Okay. So snap grid option, you see downwards, snap grid, what it does. When you drag your, just how to drag it, select the object and move left and right. You can place it anywhere in the work plane. Okay. Just select it and keep, don't raise your finger from that button, left button, and just move it forward and button. Just drag on your keyboard and keypad and you will easily move this object. Okay. Now, if I see, you can once again, I repeat this thing. Suppose this object, if you see, is raised by some distance. Okay. Now, what should I do to place back to my work plane? I'll just click on this object and press D. Just press D and it is again back to my work plane. Okay. Right. So see, you can just go to a particular object and you will always see this shape option over there. Right. Yeah, we can place object over object. I will show you how you will do that. Just wait. Right. Just click on this inverted triangle. Okay. And you see the color options over here. So when you click on this solid, you have n numbers of options to select the colors. Okay. Now over here, you have also an option to make it transparent. Okay. So the shade you selected, according to that, it will become transparent. Okay. You can see this. My body has become transparent. This object is transparent. Okay. I have to remove this transparent option. I have to deselect this transparent option. Multicolor will be applicable for case if I had made an object that has multiple bodies over it. Okay, I'll show you that. I'll show you that multiple option also, don't worry. Whole option, multiple option, I'll come to that. I think I will demonstrate the nut and bolt drawing to you. According to that, you will come to know how to do placing of an object over object, how to create hole, everything you will come to know. Okay. Although, yes, I'm coming to that. Don't worry. So color changing, how to do that? You can do according to available option. Also, you can custom it. You have an option to custom the colors according to you. Okay, go to custom and you can just change, right? You can just change according to your requirement, whatever color you need. You can go just drag. What you need to do, you need to click on the circle and you have to just drag it to different color options. Okay. So it will change according to your choice, right? Okay. So the size of the object, I told you how to raise it, how to put it back. Now one more option is there. I'll finish that and then I will start the exercise. See, you have an option to rotate. See, you see two option of rotation, right? So one is at the bottom. You can rotate this object. What you have to do, you have to click on the object, click on this rotation one, and just move it. Just click and don't raise a finger and just rotate the object. And it will show you by how much angle it has been rotated. Okay. I'll just change my view so that you can easily see. Yeah, you just click and from 0, if you want to move it 90, just you can go to this 0, click over there and just write 90. Rotation option, I'm talking about that only. Right? If I have to change, make it at 45 degrees, I'll just click on this. See, the rotation is given by this double-sided arrow. Okay. On each side, you can see that option. This arrow represents the rotation. When you click on that, you will get this. Click on the object, click on this arrow and just click on the 0, change it. Suppose I want to make it 45 degrees. So I write 45 and my object is rotated by 45 degrees on the work plane, right? If I want to move this object about this plane, say this plane, I will go to this rotation. Okay. Go to this rotation and just rotate it. See how my object is getting rotated. Rotate about this plane. Okay. So whichever direction you need the rotation, just go and click, it will rotate accordingly. Okay. I think rotation, changing of color. You can rotate anything. See, from text to any object, you can rotate it. Any object, you can try it by yourself, you can rotate it. Okay. Fine. Now, what I will do, I will just demonstrate to you how we make simple designs in workplane, because we don't have much time. Let's learn how to create hole also. Okay. I'll go back again to my home screen. Okay. So for nut and bolt, I will be switch between workplace. Relax, relax. I will come to work planes. Okay. Don't get panic. I have tomorrow also to tell about the work plane, how to delete the multiple work plane. Okay. Just those who are asking for them. Suppose by mistake, if you have made the work plane and you want to delete that particular work plane, what you do, you again select that work plane and click on empty space. This white space you see, click over there and again you will see this, that your new work plane has gone and again you are back to your initial work plane. Okay. You see it with me, okay, and try to do it with me. I know there is less time, it is difficult for you, but if you see it and you try to do it by yourself and you face any problem while doing it, you can immediately mail me. See, that's the best option I can give you now. You can just send me your queries. I will immediately respond to you. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now, can we just move towards making of this nut and bolt so that you can get more clearer idea? If required, I will repeat that demonstration of the nut and bolt once again. Okay. These are the some basic steps you should know before starting your Tinkercad. Right? Okay. Now let's first select. See, a nut and bolt, what it exactly look like. If I come to my presentation, okay, so we are going to make something like this. Okay, this is the nut and then we are going to make a bolt for it together, and let's see how we will do that. So the first thing, we will be using a polygon. Okay, a polygon with 6 sides, we are taking it. Okay, now when I place the object on my work plane, what I will do, I will change the height of this polygon. Okay, it's already 6. If you see, just click over here, you will see there are 6 sides. Okay, so 6 sides are there already. I need the head of that bolt to be a polygon with 6 sides. So I will not change that 6 sides. Okay, what I will change the height. It's 20 currently. Just go there and make it 10 and enter it. Okay, just do this much. Take the polygon, place it on the workspace, place, okay, and just click on this white arrow just below this black triangle and make this dimension as 10 and enter it. No, we can't move a work plane using a snap grid option. We can only set the motion of this object. Okay. Now, one thing more, if it is asked, I will tell you, if you want to move your object faster on work plane, select a particular object, press shift key and use arrow keys. It will move more faster than your dragging thing. Okay. Shift key plus your arrow keys. You can use that also for moving the object. Okay. I hope you have done this much. Yeah, we can make it hollow. I'm coming to the hollow section. This hollow question is coming from starting of this class. Okay. Now, one thing more. Again, you are going to learn one thing new over here. Suppose I want to duplicate this polygon. What I will do, I will select this object and I will go just on the left hand side of this delete option. You will see multiple pages option, right? That is a duplicate option. Just click on this duplicate once. Okay. Now go to the object and you just drag it. Duplication automatically. I'll repeat once again. When you want to duplicate a particular object, just click on that object and click on this duplicate button just on the left hand side of the delete button. Okay. And just go to the object, click and drag. Why can't we drag the screen? I didn't understood that. What do you want to drag? You can, yeah, you can drag this work plane also. Definitely. If you are using this mouse, you can just click the middle scroll button and you can drag this work plane also. Okay, don't worry about this. I will talk about in detail about this tomorrow. Don't worry, I will repeat that again. Fine. Now I have duplicated this top head of the nut. Okay, nut and bolt. This is bolt top head and this is nut. I will make it as a nut. Okay, now see how. Next thing, what I will do, go to your basic shapes. Okay, go to basic shape, click on this down arrow and go to your featured option. Okay, I am going to make that threaded cylinder. Okay, so that threaded cylinder, if you go to your featured option, you will automatically see an isometric thread option over here already available. Okay, just click on this thread option. Okay, and place this thread on your work plane. Okay, one thing more, if you click any object in the mid, you will drag it. Okay, but by mistake, if you have clicked on the top, you will change the size. Okay, so don't, in order to drag, please remember, you have to try to click in the somewhere in the mid of the object. Avoid touching these points, otherwise the size will change. Okay, fine. Now this is the new object for me. I will just focus on this. Okay. Now what I will do, presently I will just track its height. It's 8.60. Now I will increase this to say 15. Okay. I've increased it a little bit, 15 or 20 you can make. Just change the height. In same way what you did for that cylinder option, same thing. Click on this white square. Okay, I'll just focus on this. Click on this white square and you can change the height. Okay, change the height over here. Duplicate one once again. Okay, I'll come to, if I want to duplicate this object, I will select this object and go to this option. Just on this left panel, you will see the third option is of duplicate. I'll click that and I'll go to the object. I will click the object and drag. Drag it anywhere in the work plane. Okay. For the screw option, you have to go to your basic shapes. Just click on this drop down menu and you will go to featured option. Over there, you will see this isometric thread. Select it and place it on your work plane. Okay. Just drag it to your work plane and you have to change its height. Simply just click on top and change its height to 20. Okay, fine. Now what I will do, I will start placing my object over this. Okay, and for the other one, what I will do, I will start making the hole. So you have to duplicate this nut also, duplicate this screw also, this threaded portion also. Okay, now I'll take this. Okay, and I will, if I want to move it above the work plane, I'll click on this triangle. Okay, this triangle, I will raise it. Now I've set the height of this nut as 10, so I'm raising it by 10. Okay, click on this black triangle and you will raise the threaded portion. Okay, once raised, I will drag it above the object. Above my object, I will just simply drag it. Okay. Now, when I am dragging, I should be careful that the center of this thread is lying at the center of my polygon. Only this, then it will be aligned, right? And if I see the top view, it's still not very much aligned. So for aligning, what I will do, there is an option available for the alignment of the two objects. So this is my one object, okay? I'll press Shift key and select my second object. Shift key for the selection of multiple objects. Now what I want to align these two objects. Okay. I'll repeat the screw to top. Just wait, first let me tell you about this alignment. So I want to align these two objects. Over here on the right hand side, just before the last option, you see this rectangle thing, right? This is the alignment option. Okay. So I will click on this align option. Now what I will do, I have to align it at a common center. So the midpoint I will select. Okay. Select the midpoint and once again the midpoint. Now this object is completely aligned. I will repeat once again. If I have to select multiple object, I will use my shift key. First object selected, shift key, second object. Okay. I have to align these objects. I will go here on the right side of the panel and click on this align option. When I click on this align option, I will get multiple dots over here. And with respect to the center of both the sides, I will align it. I'll not go with the vertical alignment. Okay. I will go with this horizontal alignment. Okay. Now you see the top view. Okay. Now you can see the top view. It is coming perfectly under alignment. Okay, now this thread and screw are one, this threaded portion and this head is one part, right? Alignment again, okay, align option I will repeat. Just let me complete first this. Just select one object, second object. Now these two has to be the part of same body. If I have to join multiple objects to make it a single body, what I will do? I will select one object, shift key, second object. And where you have seen this align option, you will get a group option. The third option from here is the group. I'll group them together. Now my whole nut bolt is completely made. Okay, you can see this bolt. It's a single body now. Okay. Now, if you want that you should go with different color selection, you can go to the colors and click on multiple color option. Now this is activated. Grouping part, I will repeat once again. I'll just undo all the things. Okay. Grouping and alignment, both I will repeat. See, initially my object was somewhere here. What I did, I selected that object and I have brought just above this. How I have raised, actually initially when it was on the surface, I have raised it. I've clicked on this black triangle and I have raised it by 10 mm. You can see this 10 mm. Okay. The next step, what I did, I have dragged this object on this top head of this bolt. Okay. Now, what next step I did, I have selected multiple objects using shift key 1 and 2, and I have aligned them together. Align, when I clicked on align, I have an option. I will click on the center points. Okay. And now it is aligned. For joining two objects, I've selected one, I selected two, right? 1 and 2 selected using shift key. And over here, there is a group option. Just click. Now this nut and this head of the bolt, I just click and drag, and now it is one body. Okay. Alignment, I will repeat again. Over here, you can see. Those who have followed it, it's fine. Right? Those who didn't, just see once again. Okay. Suppose I have to place this object again over this. What I did, I have raised it by 10. Right? This has been raised by 10 mm. And I have dragged this. Just click and move it on the object on which you want to place. Okay. Just place it over there. Let's focus on this one. Right now, alignment, click on the first object, shift key, second object, the alignment option over here. Okay. Now see, when I click on the alignment option, I get 3 dots for aligning. I don't want to align with this side, this side. I want to align it with respect to the center. So I will click on the center and the center. Okay, fine. For joining, I will select one object. I will press shift key. I will select second object and I will use this group option. Now this is again my complete one object now. Right now, if you want, I can also tell you how to create hollow, but I think you should at least first grab this much. Okay, how to create that nut part, bolt you have created it, nut, I will tell you tomorrow because there are too many things for you to learn now. Okay. I did shift option, but it did not coming. Is it possible to have different colors? Yes. See, suppose this is one solid. This one, if I click on this object, okay, just a second. Yeah, so I'll focus on this. So if I want that this, say, okay, now I've changed that alignment. Okay, it is now one body. Now see, if I want that this single body should have different colors, right? I will select that. I'll go to this color option in the shape and I can click on multiple colors, right? So by that, you are getting different colors in same object. Okay, not aligning using shift keys. So you do not need to align it using shift key. Shift key you are using for selecting different objects. Okay, I have selected one, I will press shift key and I will select another option. After selecting the object, I will go to align, right? I will go to align. I will just click on the centers and it is aligned above the centers. Okay. Just give it a practice. How many of, and do send it to me. What you have made it, just do send it to me if you want. Tomorrow we will just learn how to create that whole part. Okay. Whole, and I have 2 more exercises to do with you. I thought of completing this nut portion also, but it's okay. Starting things take time. So go, just have a quick practice, and if at any point of time, any point you feel that this is stuck, just email me. Okay. Yeah, it is possible to carve any part of the object. I will tell you tomorrow how to create that hollow section, how to remove a particular section from a given solid. You need to share to me using my email ID. Okay, email ID, you can just take a see, you can just create 3D model using this. Okay, no animation. Fine. Align option. Okay, many of you are facing these alignment option problems. Okay, let's look at this alignment once again. I'll just remove all the extra drawings over here. Okay, suppose I have to align these. Okay, I'll take a simple object over here, basic shape. I'll take a cylinder, okay, or just a minute. I'll take a sphere. And what I want, I should align these two objects together, okay. So what I will do, I will drag this object over here, okay. I will drag and place it over here, right? Now, is it aligning with this polygon? Yes or no? I have to check it. Now, for that, what I will do, I've selected the sphere, I've selected the bolt by shift key. Okay. Now, as soon as you select multiple option, right, you will get this align option activated. It will appear to you in black color. Okay. Just click on that and again you will see this dot. Okay. Just click on the center dot and it will be aligned with respect to that center point. Okay. Select multiple option, align, just rotate it and align it about the center point. Okay. Now both the centers are matching together. This is aligned. Okay. When the object is aligned, you can check by rotating your work plane in any direction. Is it looking same from all direction or not? Okay, for checking, you can use that, right? Repeat again. Okay, what alignment again you want me to repeat? How to select object. See, just click on that object is selected. If I want to click multiple object together, I will use shift key and click. Click on shift button and with pressing the button, go to the other object and click over there. How to group? Okay. Suppose I want to group these two objects, for example. Okay, I've selected one, I've pressed shift key, and while pressing the shift key, I'm clicking on the second option, second object. Okay. Now, when I do that, I get this grouping option activated. Aligned is activated, grouping is activated. So when I click on group, these two objects are grouped together. Okay, and because I didn't join these two, that's why it is appearing in different color. But this sphere and this threaded cylinder, okay, is grouped together. Now, if I move anywhere, any object I select, it will be moving together only. To ungroup, you will select, you can click on any of the object and you have an option of ungrouping over here. I'll talk about this panel once again separately. Don't worry. It's back. Yeah, you can share, take the screenshot and share to me. No problem. Group and ungroup once again. I'll select one object, shift key, while pressing shift key, another object. I have an option over here, group it. Just third option is for grouping. I've grouped it. Okay. And after grouping, you will see both the objects coming in same color. Now I can select and drag anywhere in my workplace. These are grouped together. Now I want to ungroup it. What I will do, I will go to the fourth option. The fourth option is ungroup. Just click on that and it's again became an individual object. I'll show you the presentation. Someone has demanded that. Yeah. Shift key is used for selecting the multiple objects. Okay. Change the color in the group. How to change the color in the group? Okay. Color in the group. Suppose I have grouped these two together. Now I want that they should not have the same color. Okay. Just a second. Yeah. So now since they are grouped together, they are having same color. I can click on any of the object and go to the color option, and going to the color option, I will see here a multiple color option, right? Just check that. As soon as you click on this check option, this multicolor option, the colors will be changed. Now, individually, if you want to change, you can change it. Okay, individually, first change it into different color, whatever you wanted, group them together and click on multiple color option. Okay. Okay, so I think for today, you should go and just practice with this basic shapes, and whatever option I tell, just randomly put the object, try to delete it, duplicate it. Okay. Take two objects, try to align it, group it, ungroup it. Okay. How to save the work? Okay. Now you have an option over here in Tinkercad that it automatically save your work. Okay, you need not need to go somewhere. It's automatically when you go to Tinkercad desktop, it is all when you go to Tinkercad, you click over here, it will show you saving your work. Okay, and it will take to your page on your dashboard and you will see your work will be loaded over. No separate saving is required. Hole in the bold. I know since we have restricted time, tomorrow I will begin with the hold in the bold. Okay. So have patience till tomorrow, right? Now, if you want to access any of your saved work, you can just click on that and tinker this. Click on tinker this. You will just be taken to the page where you can again start the editing of your previous work. Okay. Okay, someone has also
shall
asked.
we end the session now?
Yes. Okay, just one question. Tinker meaning. Okay. Sure. Tinker meaning is to modify or improve something, okay, in a casual way, not in a very coded manner or something. In a casual way, you are doing different things. So creative things are done in a very casual way. If you know these things, basic things, this panel, if you know it, you can do it. Okay. And instantly you can't make some complex shape. You have to start with some basic shapes available. Okay. Attendance link, I think, already has been shared.
Yes, ma'am, it was already shared.
See, save the work, just click on this Tinker colored button. You see the dashboard, Tinker dashboard, your work is automatically be saved. Whatever you have done last time, it will be saved. Okay.
Everyone make sure that you fill the attendance and leave. I have once again shared it in the chat box.
My mail ID has already shared in the chat box. Okay. I am okay. So if you want, I can just, ma'am, just 1 minute. I'll just write my email ID and just when we can stop. Yeah.
Everyone, the recordings will be available in the summer school website. I can share the link here for summer school website. Just a moment.
Okay, how to save work? What you have to do, just see once. Last time I'm telling you for today, because it's already, we have taken 15 minutes more. So just go to Tinkercad dashboard. It will automatically save your work. Okay. Tinkercad and the work is saved automatically.